Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Kiki Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Disney getting into the Metaverse.
Yay.
It's going to be one of their strategic
They're gonna
pillars.
grope your wallet.
They're going to grope the wallet, yes. It's really interesting because as we get corporations moving into a corporate-backed virtual reality kind of a system, I feel like we're sort of entering Ready Player One.
Yeah.
In real time. You know, pretty interesting. We're going to talk about this article. Just came out today that Disney CEO Bob Chapek had a memo to staff. Disney has 3 strategic pillars moving forward, and one of them includes the Metaverse. All right, then. All right. So that's our business plan. We're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. Over 251,000 subs.
Yay!
Thank you so much for the support. We do talk a lot about Disney, giving you our daily dose of Dismal Disney. Having worked in and around the company for a number of years, having piratesandprincesses.net, the darker side of Disney.
And then they're like, you hate Disney. Not true. We hate what they are doing lately. But I did go and buy some new emos.
You're enabling them!
I know. It's a problem. They're so cute.
We are constantly baffled by their...
Haven't gone to the parks.
No, we haven't gone to the parks in a while. Constantly baffled by their dumb decisions going forward. And it seems like the dumb decisions have increased with Bob Chapek at the helm. But it's interesting to read between the lines here because there is a bit in his memo talking about how Disney needs to refocus on fans.
Yeah, imagine that. We gotta actually do things that people want.
Yeah, we actually have to give people what they want, what they expect, what they paid for. Imagine that. People actually want what they paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about that. I don't know if that means that they're going to dial it back on the wokeness or not.
What do fans want? They want stuff that feels like what it should feel like, and they want you to stop ripping them off. They want you to stop raising prices constantly.
Well, here's the thing. If they get into the Metaverse, you can actually feel Mickey's thick gloved fingers get into your pocket.
Well, you can't feel it, but you can watch it happen.
They'll get like a body glove or something.
Yeah, Ready Player One.
There you go. Ready Player One. We're getting there.
Thank you.
Elon Musk wants to just put chips in our brains or something.
I don't want to wear a body glove because I'm afraid what people would do. Anyway, go ahead.
We'll talk a little bit about the Metaverse after we talk about which it looks like Roblox. It's not very. It's like, oh, the future's here. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But
coming from the Hollywood Reporter, Bob Chapek's memo to staff, Disney has 3 strategic pillars moving forward. The CEO says he will hold new monthly meetings with creative leaders and tease the Metaverse as a new canvas on which to paint.
Okay, what are you going to paint on the Metaverse?
Money.
It doesn't work that way.
No. They always want to jump into the latest thing. Like, we're going to do
I'm trying to figure out how it's going to
mobile
leverage.
apps, we're going to do, yeah. So Disney CEO Bob Chapek outlined 3 strategic pillars for the company going forward in a memo to the staff on Monday. Chapek's memo comes as Disney prepares to celebrate its 100th anniversary next year.
No, that just means more. Everything's going to cost more, and there's going to be all kinds of merchandise for it.
It's interesting, though. These are strategic pillars related to business, not the diversity and inclusion pillars.
Right, because they have 5 of those. The diversity and inclusion was their latest.
The 5th key.
Yeah, the key.
Yeah, the key. I believe our mission for this year is clear. Set the stage for our 2nd century and ensure Disney's next 100 years are as successful as our first.
Sorry.
Chapek wrote in the memo before outlining the pillars.
Okay, the pillars. What are the pillars?
The first pillar is storytelling excellence, which Chapek called the Disney magic
That
in his
just
memo.
means what else can we take from the parks and we can put IP on them and say that it's all part of the interconnected story of Disney.
Yeah, well, if this had been Bob Iger, it'd be like, buying stories.
Right.
Storytelling and creative was Bob Iger's focus after he stepped down as CEO in 2020, and Chapek's memo makes it clear he intends to be engaged in the process.
Where can he cut money?
Oh, God. To that end, and in addition to all my other creative meetings, I am establishing a new standing monthly meeting with our senior creative leaders to discuss the opportunities we face as a storytelling enterprise. This will encourage collaboration, sharing of best practices, and stimulate cross-studio ideation.
Okay. Synergy.
Iger officially left the company at the end of 2021, with Chapek writing Monday he was enormously grateful for the tremendous foundation Bob Iger left us. There were rumors...
I'm just glad you're gone, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, dear Bob, glad you're gone. Signed, Bob. Yeah, there were rumors that he might actually come back. I don't know.
I don't think so.
The second,
I said that then too.
The second pillar is innovation, which Chapek writes should leverage the company's franchise.
They literally, he gets these words, okay, right? He gets these buzzwords, and then when he's on MSNBC or he's on one of the
CNBC,
call, or one of the calls, he keeps using them. Expect in the next call to hear these buzzwords used. Cross-studio ideation, franchise ecosystem. He gets like one or two of these words and he keeps reusing them over and over again.
Dear investors, I know what I'm doing. Fuck you. Love, Bob.
We should just throw words together. That's basically what he's doing. Like franchise synergy.
Franchise synergistic valuation, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I still love when they did the trans media initiative and everybody had a fit because they thought it was against trans people.
Since Steamboat Willie, we've been the world's foremost innovative storytellers. That must continue as technology evolves, giving our creative teams new canvases like the Metaverse on which to paint.
So what are they going to do? Try to put a Disney park on the Metaverse and you have to pay to get in?
Hey there, fellow kids.
No.
Oh my God, that's it. They could save so much money on maintenance if all the rides were just virtual.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, like all you got to do, you can come to virtual Disney World for half the price of the real thing.
No, here's what they need to do. And I hope Disney's listening. And if it happens, you know where you heard it. A lot of people keep asking for the attractions that are no longer there. There's enough video of them to be recreated digitally easily. So I'm waiting for them to be like, well, you can ride Journey into the Imagination. You can ride Horizons. You can ride all those things on the Metaverse. Or on something like it.
I would do it.
I know, and people would pay to do it. That's what I'm saying.
If it was like classic, if you could like, go in the time machine to Disney from about 20, 30 years ago, and it was a pretty authentic experience, which it's not going to be because Metaverse is ass right now. But if it were an authentic Disney experience from like the 1980s, I would do it.
They actually technically have the ability to do such a thing with what they have at Disney, but it would require a lot of effort. So they haven't done it. But people have suggested for years, but why don't they just have like some kind of attraction at the parks where you can go in and select to ride, an attraction is no longer there, that's recreated, and then people would go nuts for that.
I can just see it. They're going to vault attractions. Like, well, Small World broke down again. I guess we're vaulting that one. Now you got to go ride it in the Metaverse. We're not going to repair it.
Further yet, they have a new technology they patented, which will give you the be able to ride and get the 3D experience without the goggles that Disney's patenting right now.
What, they just shove that chip in the back of your head?
Probably.
Mickey's magical.
I'm just saying, it's completely doable. I don't know about the Metaverse at this point in time, but I'm saying they could offer this online. You get your VR goggles. You just go. They would pay out the nose for this shit.
You know what would be really meta is if we're actually in the Metaverse right now talking about the Metaverse.
I don't think so.
But the real world is burned down.
You don't look like Bloxburg, so we're good.
I don't look like Henry Cavill either.
No.
Yeah.
But we don't look like Bloxburg. So.
I'd look much better in the Metaverse. And blockier.
We all look better in the Metaverse. You've seen the Matrix.
Square jaw. Okay, the final pillar is a relentless focus on our audience. Good, yeah. Now, by placing consumers as the company's North Star, Disney's evolving theatrical and streaming strategy appears to play a critical role in that area. Most recently, they dumped Turning Red on the direct-to-Disney Plus.
Whoa. The fans, the customers are the North Star. Evolving theatrical and streaming strategies. You mean making things people actually want to see? That'd be a nice change. You're going to listen to fans. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're going to listen, but you're going to listen to select fans that say what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Is what you're going to do. But it's funny enough, they're doing these pillars to try to course correct because they know there's a problem and they're losing money.
Right now, their behavior tells us in our industry that the way they want to experience entertainment is changing. And changing fast thanks to technology and the pandemic. We must evolve with our audience, not work against them, and we will put them at the center of every decision we make. We will put them at the center of every decision we make.
Okay, I got some suggestions.
Oh, God.
Slash the price of the Star Cruiser Hotel right off. Stop jacking the prices up on food, souvenirs, that kind of stuff. Start making things more affordable. Go back to having more specials and bring free dining back. There's a whole bunch of things we can give you that you could put customers at the center, but you're not gonna do it.
So when customers complain about Star Wars and customers complain about Marvel, and you send your minions, your flying monkeys, to go attack them on social media, that's putting the audience first, right?
Go get Gina Carano back. There you go.
Why don't you put out a survey like they used to do in the parks? They do the survey, put a survey out, ask people what they actually think about your franchises.
Once upon a time, they actually used to survey people, but beyond that, they would listen at customer service. They would actually take it seriously, and there'd be times, a lot of times, where Disney would like, here's what the customer wants, what can we do to give them what they want? I mean, like when they changed Journey into Imagination, they changed it to the second incarnation. It had no Figment, Dreamfinder, or anything. People raised holy hell.
Oh, it was like a PBS ride.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it still was not good. But they did try to fix it by adding Figment back in. Because they listened to people. And they should have just listened and tore it down and rebuilt it as the right thing. But, my point is, they do listen. And they did listen. They need to go back to listening. They're too busy they were too busy worrying about acquisitions and Borg mentality to actually create shit and do something new. And they need to start creating shit instead of just live actioning the hell out of everything.
Yeah, that I think would have been Iger. But, here's the thing. Like, he talks big, but this is Bob Chapek we're talking about, who tries to cut corners.
Chapek for a reason.
Yeah, and I honestly do think, before it's all said and done, talking about, turning red, I think a cost-cutting measure that they'll try to spin to the good is they will merge Disney feature animation with Pixar, and they'll be like, oh yeah, now we have more synergy between these two groups of people. Yeah, we had to lay half them off.
They'll make up words.
Yeah, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's what we are here, kids. Yeah. So the metaverse is a thing. It looks awful. Yeah. People are already kind of like the metaverse fills me with dread. Again, this reminds me of Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm. Ready Player One looked good.
Yeah, Ready Player. Well, no, I'm saying the corporate aspect of it, where the corporate raiders tried to take over.
And they're going to put commercials in every aspect of the screen, which I haven't done yet, but give them time. They'll monetize everything. But the metaverse got in trouble recently because apparently someone was sexually harassed on the metaverse because people came on there like, I don't remember, because they groping her avatar or something. I'm trying to remember what happened.
Don't touch my pixels without my consent.
On November 26th, a beta tester reported something deeply troubling. She had been groped by a stranger on Horizon Worlds.
Horizon? That's an old Disney ride.
Okay, but here's the thing. They said that an initial incident found that the beta tester should have used a tool called Safe Zone, which is a safety feature built in that people can't get near you. But some people said that they did use that, and somehow it still got lifted. But what's funny to me is, okay, where have you been for years? Where have you been? Because if there is a way to have some kind of VR experience or something like that, somebody's going to use it inappropriately. I think if you go ask 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds what teabagging is, not only can they tell you what it is, they've probably done it. So I'm just like, what did you think was going to happen?
The internet was designed for porn. Like, people are gonna. I can just see in Japan, like, developers getting ready. Like, whoa, this is gonna be Japan. A gold mine.
Look, technically, it was developed for the military, but then it became used for porn.
Yeah, so pretty much every technology, Japan's like, yeah, we've been building these different bits of robots, and we know what the ultimate goal is. We're gonna have a virtual sex world, is what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's absolutely, positively going to be used for naughtiness, and it doesn't matter how many safeties you come up with.
Someone will find a way around it or some other way to use it.
Somebody will find, they'll have the virtual version of sexting or something. And
of course. Or someone will come up with some kind of patch so everybody around you's naked or something like that. It'd be like The Sims, but metaverse. It's going to probably get misused. I'm trying to figure out how Disney's going to use the metaverse.
Marketing. But they use Facebook. They use apps. I do think there's going to be like, they're going to have like virtual metaverse events, virtual.
I'm sure they've been using it for like Fortnite and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Could you imagine? This is basically Disney's like, oh yeah, we kind of missed the boat on Fortnite. We can get on the ground floor. Like freaking Fortnite is where they told you Palpatine came back. And they had the message that they talked about in The Rise of Skywalker and freaking video game tie-in.
Right, you missed it, too bad. I just think but the name's so unfortunate too. The Metaverse. I'm like, really?
Sounds like a sci-fi movie.
It just sounds stupid.
Metaverse.
It's so meta. It's called the Metaverse. I'm just like, okay. Zucky, that was a real great choice there.
So they have a bubble, a safety bubble.
Yeah. But people keep getting groped through the safety bubble, apparently.
It's not the first time a user has been groped in VR, nor unfortunately will it be the last, but the incident shows that until companies work out how to protect participants, the metaverse can never be safe.
Again, you don't feel anything. You're not actually physically being touched. Your avatar is. But it's the whole act of, as a dominance thing, that they have a problem with.
So this is the, and I'm not trying to, it's just the whole thing is so wild. Okay, so this is a letter that Jordan Bellemeyer penned a letter on Medium as to what happened in the game. In between a wave of zombies and demons to shoot down, I was hanging out next to Big Bro 442, waiting for our next attack. Suddenly, Big Bro 442's disembodied helmet faced me dead on. His floating hand approached my body, and he started to virtually rub my chest. "Stop!" I cried. This goaded him on, and even when I turned away from him, he chased me around, making grabbing and pinching motions near my chest. Emboldened, he even shoved his hand toward my virtual...
Well, that dude's a dick, for one.
My virtual crotch. Okay. There I was, being virtually groped in the snowy fortress with my brother-in-law and husband watching.
I did read this before, yes. I mean, look, I actually see where they're coming from. It's awkward and shit. But I'm also like, have you been on the internet? When you play gaming, any kind of game, this kind of shit happens.
Still, we're talking about a not real place.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to say that, like, that nobody... They're pixels. There's nothing really happened.
I think it's about the respect and the entitlement, but still. But that's where Disney wants to go.
VR sexual harassment is sexual harassment, full stop. Basically, look, I've noticed that there's this thing that happens when something's bad, when something's been deemed bad or problematic, and we know that they've already had a problem with Metaverse. I personally think it's just dumb. But whether it's Metaverse or NFTs or whatever, then the media all decides like, here, we need to write every hit piece we can possibly write. Like, oh my God, people might get virtually groped in a video game.
It's like they've been.
We need to stop this game.
Oh my God, you're playing a game about you're shooting people. Someone might get shot.
Doom makes people shoot people in real life.
It's just like, I understand. I mean, I wouldn't like it either. I'd be like, what the hell, dude? But you don't know. It could have been a woman pretending to be a man for all you know. But I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a game, and you're not really getting groped.
Yeah, but can you imagine if you got groped at a virtual Disney park, how that's going to go?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Metaverse is necessarily a good idea given the backlash already facing it. I think that's a really dumb thing unless they're getting money from Facebook to work there, which they probably are. Disney Metaverse sponsored by Facebook.
Oh my God, we're gonna have people running around pretending to be children. We're gonna have
probably.
I mean, there's like
it's probably happening now in the Metaverse.
Yeah, well, we know it's happening in chat rooms. I mean, this is gonna open up the floodgate. Like, I don't think Disney has any idea. Now, if they just do like, hey, we're gonna do like a virtual movie premiere and all your avatars come in and watch a movie or something, that's fine. But the first time there's some kind of incident like this associated with Disney, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna get real.
And you know what's gonna happen.
IRL. Yeah, there's gonna be a lawsuit.
I don't know. I wouldn't touch a 10-foot pole if I were Disney, but that's just me.
Can you touch a 10-foot pole in the Metaverse? Can you have a 10-foot pole in the Metaverse?
I don't know. No. Does it violate your safety bubble?
I don't know if it's
violated by a 10-foot pole. Sorry.
I'm just like
that's like Superman. You just got what I said, didn't you?
I did. I don't know. Good luck with that, Disney. I just think it's really interesting that they're like, we're gonna focus on our customers.
Oh,
we're gonna focus on their wallets.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. We're gonna focus on our customers while simultaneously, and that there's without any announcement, a bunch of prices just went up in the parks.
Yeah.
We're focusing on our customers' money.
Yeah. God.
If you really want to help your customers, there's a lot of things you can do. You just aren't willing to do any of them.
Going to the Metaverse isn't exactly.
No.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.